Hello, I'm Ashley Branham, kindergarten teacher at Porter Elementary in Johnson County. And today I wanted to talk to you about 5 big math skills that children will be exposed to and expected to learn in kindergarten. And there are opportunities that you can do at home to help your preschooler get ready for kindergarten math. When your child begins school, you will be introduced to the Kentucky State Standards. In math, there are 5 main big ideas that we want children to learn. The first is counting and cardinality. It's very important that children understand number identification, but that they also have a great knowledge of number sense. We want them to know where that number is on the number line, what comes before that number, what comes after that number. And we also want them to be able to count objects, but not just counting, to know that once they count a set number of objects, that last number that they counted is how many that they have all together. A really good idea to practice this at home is to use some counting mats. And I just took a piece of construction paper and I sorted off different little sections here. And you know, your child can count Cheerios, pennies, little tiny erasers. Anything can become a manipulative that you have at home. And counting these out, once they put 6 here, they need to understand that they put 6 in this spot and that's how many that there are. Even if you line them up in a straight line, there's still 6. If you put them in a circle, there's still 6 because they counted that many and nothing changed to that quantity. Also, going on walks in the grocery store or playing board games that require your child to roll a dice and count how many spaces they move forward. These are all great ways to build those cardinality skills. Next is operations and algebraic thinking. In kindergarten, we do begin simple addition and subtraction. But again, right now, building a concept of that language is what's most really important. So think about times at home when maybe you are doing the dishes or sitting the table, and you could ask your child to help you. Use questions like, how many more plates would we need? Do we have enough silverware to match the settings on the table? Or when you're playing games, maybe you have a set of 4 cars and your child has a set of 2 cars. How many more cars do I have than you? If I give you one more, how many do you have now? These opportunities are everywhere. Also, reading books like Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons. Each time Pete loses a button, so this is a great way to build that knowledge. We also talk about numbers and operations in base 10. Throughout their kindergarten year, your child will be using base 10 value blocks, but initially they need to understand that the number 10 is made up of 10 little ones. So counting fingers and counting toes are great ways to practice that skill. Also, give your child 10 pennies and play store with them. See how many things they can buy with 10 cents. Just reinforcing that concept that lets them know that there are 10 ones in the number 10. Next, we have measurement and data. In kindergarten, students do sort objects by different features. We sort by size, shape, and color. Some great ideas to practice this skill would be giving your child an individual pack of Skittles and sorting those by color. Get a box of Lucky Charms and sort the different shapes of marshmallows. There are so many different things that you can do, but again, the language here is what is important. So, you know, comparing heights of siblings at home, who's taller, who's shorter, comparing the weights of groceries, what's heavier, the apple or the cantaloupe, what's lighter. These types of words help children to emphasize the comparisons that they're going to have to make in kindergarten. Our last big idea is geometry. Students will learn how to identify 2D shapes and 3D shapes in kindergarten. They will also learn that regardless of orientation, that the shape is still the same. Whether it's a small circle or a big circle, it's still a circle. We talk about the sides, the edges, the faces on these shapes, and they also compare these shapes as well. But some things that you can do at home, one idea, they have these dry erase big dice at the dollar store. Now you can draw any shapes that you wanted on these. You could also write numbers on these, and there's a lot of good opportunities that you can use this dice for. Also, I put some shapes on the front of buckets. You could have your child throw a ball into one of these buckets and name the shape as they do. Also, just taking simple cutouts of shapes and then turning it around. Okay, this is a triangle. What about now? What about now? And just showing them that it's still a triangle regardless of how it's turned or how big or small that it is. Right now with back to school, there are several resources that you can buy at Walmart or the dollar store. There are also many things that you can use at your home. They have several packs of flashcards, and keep in mind that just because it's a pack of flashcards, you don't have to just do the simple drill and practice. You could hide several cards around your house and have your child do a hide and seek and tell you which cards they found. You could also tape these cards to the floor and have your child jump on them like hopscotch. Any way that you can make learning fun, you'll find the best results. I hope you and your child have an amazing kindergarten experience.